Good afternoon, everybody. So let us begin today's afternoon session. The very first program is write a program to convert 8-bit BCD to binary numbers. First one is binary number to BCD number. Write a program to convert binary number to BCD number. What is the algorithm? Here you have to divide the binary number by 64H to get the higher byte of the result. That is, you have to divide by 64 to get 100th place. So 100th place you separate. What is the maximum binary number? FF. What is its decimal equivalent? 255. So how many hundreds are there? 2 hundreds are there. So divide it by 64 and get the 100th place. The remainder of the division, you divide it by 0A to find the number of tens and units. Later what you do, you have to concatenate the number of tens and units, put it in the another memory locations. This is the very simple algorithm. You can just see this example. So let us take 7F. 7F is the binary number, that is hexadecimal number. Divided by 64. 7F by 64, there would be quotient will be 1. So you can do it by repeated subtraction. That is 7F minus 64 you do. How many times you have subtracted? Once you have subtracted, remainder is 1B. 1B. So quotient is 1, remainder is 1B. So now this remainder you divide it by 0A. 1B by 0A. That is 1B minus 0A. Repeated subtraction. 11. That is 11 minus 10 is 1. 11 is the remainder. Once you have divided, once again 11 minus 0A. Second times you have divided, so remainder is 7. So 2 times repeated subtraction, division by repeated subtraction you are doing just to demonstrate. So 2 is the quotient, that is 2 tens are there. 2 tens are there, 7 units. So bring the 2 tens into, now we are 2 is in units place, no, bring it to the tens place, because how many tens are there? 2 tens are there. So 20. So 20 plus 7, you will get again 27. So this is what you have to do. So totally the answer is, in the memory location 32 you will have 01. In the memory location 31 you will have 27. That is how your binary number is converted into decimal number. So by or BCD number. You can just see this program. 32A. Move F0 comma has 64. F0 is nothing but register B. You can even directly write register B, no problem. In our microvision 3 it allows. You can write move B comma has 64 H DVB. Get the quotient. That quotient is in A register. Move it to 32. Now take the remainder into accumulator. Remainder is in B register. F0 is nothing but B register. F0 is the address of B register. Mind it. You can write A comma F0. That is the remainder of the first division. Now what you have to do? Divide it by A. So you are moving B register with hash A. Div AB. Now accumulator is having the quotient. You swap it. When you are swapping, what happens? Units position will come to the tens position. Then add it with B register. Add A with F0. F0 is containing what? Remainder of the division by 10. That you move to 31st location. That is how the program is. So once again I will explain using our digital pad. So MC instruction class. 4th May. So, what is the first program? Convert binary to BCD. So, this is code conversion group, binary to BCD. So, what is the algorithm? Step number 1, divide by 64H to get number of hundreds. Number of hundreds. So let us take the example as some E3. E3H is the binary number. So divide it by 64. 64H. So division by repeated subtraction. Division by repeated subtraction. So what is it? E3 minus 64. 3 minus 4 is not possible. Take a borrow. 19. 19 minus 4 is 15. 15 is nothing but F. D is 13 minus 6 is 7. So how many times you have subtracted? Once you have subtracted. So next, once again, 7F minus 64. 15 minus 4 is 11. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1B. So how many times you have subtracted? Once you have subtracted. So add it. So how many hundreds are there? So there are 2 hundreds. 2 hundreds. So once you do that, that is when you do it using the div AB instruction, accumulator is containing 0, 2, which is the quotient. Register B is containing the remainder, which is 1B. 1B is the remainder. Okay. So now, second step. Take the remainder of the previous division. Take the remainder of step 1 to accumulator and divide by 0A to find, divide by 0A to find number of tens and units. Number of tens and units. So in this one, what is the previous remainder division? Accumulator is 1B. Register B is 0A. Perform div AB. So to find how many number of tens are there, find the repeat, just for the demonstration, do the repeated subtraction. 1B minus 0A. 11. Once you have subtracted. 11 minus 0A. 17 minus 10 is 7. So once you have subtracted. So how many tens are there? So there are 2 tens and 7 units. So accumulator is having 0, 2. Register B is having 0, 7. So step number 3. So step number 3, what you have to do? Bring tens. So bring 0, 2 to tens position. bring 02 to tens position. Bring, that is number of tens to tens position. Tens position. So using the instruction swap A. So swap A does what? It swaps lower nibble and higher nibble. Swaps lower nibble and higher nibble. It swaps lower nibble and higher nibble. So you will get 20. Then you have to add. So add with units position. So add with units position. So 20 plus 07. So you will get 27. 27. So what is the final answer? So what is the result? So result in BCD (0 to 27). So this is units position, this is tens position, this is hundredth position. So this will be there in memory location 32 according to our program. This will be there in memory location 31. Now let us write the program. Same, using the algorithm, whatever you have seen, write the program. Very, very simple. So memory location 30 is containing the data, that is the binary number. Here we have taken E3. So move A, 30. Move register B. Register B also you can write, or you can write F0H. Anything is fine. So move B, 64H. div. There is no space between A and B. You have to write div AB. There is no space between A and B. You can just see. So when you do that, what will happen? So accumulator will contain hundreds. Register B contains the remainder. Whatever hundreds you have, move it to location 32. So move 32, A. Now, first, so this one, what you have done? You have to move it into location number 32. So now what you will do? Second step, take the remainder of the step 1 to accumulator and divide it by A. So now register B is having the remainder, no? That you have to bring it to accumulator. Register B you have 0A. See, once you understand how easy it is, you can just. So once now you can write div AB. So accumulator is containing the quotient, which is number of tens. Register B is containing the remainder. This is number of units. Number of units. So what you have to do? Now you have to write swap A. When you do swap A, 02 becomes 20. Add it with B register. Add A, register B. So when you do that, you will get 20 plus 10, 27. That you move to location number 31. Stop the program. So check. Have you understood the program? So in the chat box, please reply. Have you understood the program? Or you can unmute and talk. Have you understood the program? The program of converting binary to BCD. I'm asking you, have you understood the program? Are you with me? Are you listening or not? No answer from anybody. Have you understood the program? One reply I got. So if you are having any doubts, please ask. So let us go to the next program. Next program is BCD to binary. Once again, it's a very simple. Get the higher nibble and lower nibble of 8-bit number separately by using the appropriate masking of codes. Multiply the higher nibble by 0A. Add it with the lower nibble. Very, very simple. You see here, 96 is there. Separate the higher nibble and lower nibble. You add it with 0F. That 96 you will get it as 06. Here you add it with F0. You will get 90. Swap it, you will make 06, 09. Now what you do, this higher nibble 09 is there. You multiply by 0A. You are going to get 5A. How do you know that it is 5A? 9 into 10 is 90. If you divide it by 16, you are going to get 16 5 is 80. Remainder is 10. 10 is nothing but A. So 5A you are going to get 9 into A. That 5A you add it to the lower nibble. That is 06. You are going to get 60H. You are going to get 60H. So 60H is the binary answer. 5A plus 06 is 60. So this is the very simple algorithm. Same thing you are doing here. 32A, ANL A with 0F. Afterwards, keep it in the register R2. Bring it once again the fresh number. AND it with F0, you are going to get the higher nibble. Swap it because it is there in the tens position, bring it to units position, check whether it is 0. If it is 0, the number is containing only one digit. That may be possibility. So check whether it is 0. If it is 0, directly the lower nibble itself is the answer. Just keep it in the location 31. Suppose if it is not 0, then what you do? Then what you do? Multiply with B register. B register is containing A. Mul AB. Add the result with R2. That is the lower nibble. This is the binary number. This is the binary number. So you have seen the overview of the program. Now, as usual, once again, so we will write it here. So second program. So write a program to convert BCD to binary. Suppose the BCD number is some number you can take. It should be only 8-bit number. Mind it. BCD number it is. Suppose if it maximum BCD number is 99. More than 8-bit you are not handling. Only you are handling 2-digit number, 99. So what do you do? What is the first step? Separate the two nibbles. Separate the two nibbles. How do you separate the two nibbles? Doing the AND operation. So 99 bitwise AND with 0F. So 0F is the mask code. So here you are going to get 09. I don't know whether you understood this. 1001, 1001. Bitwise AND operation with 0F. You are going to get higher nibble as 0. You are going to get the lower nibble as it is. So you have separated the lower nibble. So you have separated the lower nibble. How do you separate the higher nibble? 99. Mask code is F0. You are going to get 90. It is 1001, 1001, 1111, 0000. So you are going to get 1001, 0000. So you have separated the higher nibble. So now what do you do? Step number 2. Swap higher nibble to bring to units position. So using the instruction swap A, so that these two nibbles will be swapped, you are going to get 09. What is the next step? Multiply by 0A. So 09 into 0A you do. You are going to get 5A as the answer. You are going to get 5A as the answer. That is, I told you, 9 into 10. This is 90. In hexadecimal, it is 16 5 is 80. 10 is the remainder. 10 is nothing but A. So 5A you are going to get. So step 4, add with the lower nibble. Add with lower nibble. So it is 5A plus 09. So 5a plus 09 you are going to get. So 9 plus 9, 9 plus a is 19. 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 in hexadecimal is 13. 1 plus 5 is 6. 63H. So BCD number is 99. What is the binary equivalent? Is 63H. Binary is nothing but hexadecimal. So this is how you are going to get the code conversion from BCD to binary. So now you write the program. Simple. Memory location 30 is containing the input 99. Move a comma 30 and logical with the mask code 0f. Move it to save it in some register R2. Take the fresh number from memory location 30 H. Mask the extract higher nibble. Here you have extracted lower nibble. So and logical A with F0H. So when you are writing F0, you should know, you should always write 0F0H. Now you have to swap A. After that, you have to check whether it is a 0. Whether the higher nibble itself is a 0, that you have to check. Unnecessarily don't do the remaining portion. First you check whether the higher nibble is 0. Jump 0, next. If it is not 0 only, what you do? Move register B with the hash 0A and write and do mul AB, multiply by A. After that, what you do? Add it with the lower nibble. So this is the answer that you can have it in location 31. So location 31 is containing the answer 63. So your next is here. This is next. Directly you are putting the answer in 31. Because accumulator is a 0, so you can just add 0 with R2 and move it to 31. So this is the final answer. Stop it. So let me ask you, have you understood? Have you understood the program? Understood BCD to binary? I'm asking you in the chat box. Have you understood BCD to binary? Just for my force, you don't tell whether it is yes, sir. You please ask me if you are having any doubt. So we have completed the second program. Second program of code conversion. BCD to binary. Next program is to convert binary or BCD to ASCII code. Binary or BCD to ASCII code. But let me explain what I mean by an ASCII code. So third one. Third program. Binary to ASCII. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9. So in ASCII it is 30. 30H. 31H. So like this. So this is 39H. A, B, C, D, E, F. A is 41H. 42H. 43H is C. 44H is D. 45H is E. 46H is F. You can just see here how many, what is the gap between 39 and 41. So you can just see 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, 3E, 3F and 40. So what is the gap? Gap is 7. Gap is 7. And just see, is it not 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gap is 7. That you have to understand. That is the logic in program. So if the number is between 0 to 9, you have to just add 30. If the number is between A to F, you have to add an extra 7. 37 you should add. For example, if the number is A, you should add 37. You can just see you are going to get 41. That is 10 plus 7 is 17. In hexadecimal is 11. 1 plus 3 is 4. So you got, but you have to add extra 7 if the number is between A to F. If the number is between A to F, you have to add extra 7. You have to add extra 7. So now let us write the program. Very simple. Take a binary number into accumulator. Compare. CJNE accumulator with hash 0A. Next. If it is not equal, next. If it is equal, SJMP. So this is next one. SJMP. Next two. In the next one, you have to check jump carry. It's not equal. Whether it is less, you have to check. If it is less, no problem. You have to just add 30. If it is more, then what you have to do? If it is more, what you have to do? You have to add extra 7. So add accumulator with extra 7. You have to add accumulator with extra 7. So this is next to 2. Here you have to add 30. Add 30H. Add 30H. Just check. Take the number. For example, number is 3. It's not equal. Then come to next one. Check. As the number is 3, it is less than 10. So you are coming to next 2. Next 2. There you are adding just 30. That's all. So you have converted. Suppose if the number is more than, if there is no carry, means it may be equal or it may be more. Then you have to add extra 7. So 37, no? So 7 you have to add extra, then you have to add 30. That's all. So if it is equal to A also, you have to do the same thing. If it is equal to A also, suppose if it is equal to A, also you have to add extra 7. You have to add extra 7. You have to add extra 7. So it is next one. This is next 2. This is next 3. So this is next 3. So next 2 is this. If it is equal to 10 also, you have to add extra 7. So don't know whether you have understood this. I would repeat the program. Once again, I'll ask, move 30 to accumulator. I will explain with the data. Let accumulator is some 0.5. Compare A with hash 0A. So 5 and A is compared. So 5 is less than A. It generates a carry. Then what you have to do? Add 30. Add 30. So 5 plus 30. So you are going to get 35. Suppose let accumulator is equal to 0A. So 0A is compared with 0A. So 0A is compared with 0A. So 0A is equal to 0A. So what you have to do? You have to add 0A plus 7. Then you have to add 30. So you are going to get 41H. Suppose let A is equal to, accumulator is equal to some E, 0E. So now E is greater than A. So then also you have to add E plus 0.7 plus 30. So you are going to get 45H. So that is how this program works. So move A comma 30. Compare with the data A. If it is equal, A also you have to add 37 only. So you have to add A with hash 7, add A with 30. Suppose if it is not equal, you have to check whether it is less, whether it generates a carry. If it generates a carry, accumulator is having less than A. Then you have to just add 30, that's all. So jump carry next 3. Add A with 30, that's all. If there is no carry means accumulator is having more than A. So then you have to add extra 7 as well as 30. That is how the program works. So now this is for a single digit. So this is for a single digit. This is for a single digit program, single digit binary. Suppose you are having it for 2 digit. Suppose you gave the let the data is 2 digit. Let the data is 2 digit. For example, 33D. So then you have to get the output as 33 and 44, like this. Corresponding digit data you have to get. So what I will do? I will use the concept of subroutine. So take the data into accumulator, separate the nibbles. Separate the nibbles. How do you separate the nibbles? ANL, A with mask code 0F. So now lower nibble is extracted. Call ASCII. Call ASCII. Next, what you do? Once again, take the data fresh. So everywhere, don't forget to write H. Separate the higher nibble, hash F0. So here it is higher nibble. Bring it to units position. Swap A. Bring it to units position. Now you have to call ASCII. Now you have to call ASCII. So what happens now? This one you can move it to location 31H. Assume that A is having the answer. Here you move the answer to 32H. So here SJMP here. So now you should write ASCII. A single digit thing, whatever you have written here, you should write it. So this is for a single digit ASCII. Now you are asking it for 2 digits. That's all. That is simple. So accumulator is having the data now, single digit data. What do you do? Compare. This is the subroutine ASCII. CJNE A with hash 0A. Next one. If it is equal, next 2. So next one is check for a carry. Next 3. If there is no carry, add A with 0.7. So this is your next 2. So this is the next 3. Add A with 30H. Return. That's all. Simple program. After writing this subroutine, finally write end. So type like this only in the lab. So this is how you have to use subroutines. This is how you have to use subroutine. There are two programs here. First, check for the single digit. Once you get the correct answer for single digit, you extend the program for 2 digit. In 2 digit, what you are doing, you are writing a main program as well as you are writing a subroutine. Subroutine will be the single digit conversion. This program is ASCII conversion, single digit, ASCII conversion, binary to ASCII. Suppose the program is asked for BCD to ASCII, then what you need to do? You need not check. So in case of, see, everything I will tell you. So in case of BCD to ASCII, directly add 30, that's all. In case of BCD to ASCII, move 30 to A, add A with #30, that's all. Need not check whether the data is between A to F. Because the number is BCD. BCD means only 0 to 9. In that case, you have to only add 30. That's all. You need not check for the next range, A to F. That's only the change. So that's why normally the program will be binary to ASCII, single digit as well as 2 digit. Single digit as well as 2 digit. So in this document, it is only in this presentation you are having the 2 digit program. But I have used the subroutine just to teach you how subroutine can be used. How subroutine can be used. So have you understood the program? Have you understood the program? ASCII to binary to ASCII. 2 digit. So using the subroutine and ASCII. So very important as far as your theory examination is concerned. This will be normally asked. Code conversion program, either BCD to binary, binary to BCD, binary to ASCII. So now I will ask you, suppose if an ASCII code is given as 35, if you want to get the corresponding binary, how do you do it? I am expecting the answer. So how to convert? What is the logic? ASCII to binary. Anybody? How to convert ASCII to binary? I am asking you in the chat box. How to convert ASCII to binary? Anybody? I am expecting some answer. How to convert ASCII to binary? So converted from binary to ASCII by adding 30. Now, how to convert from ASCII to binary? Subtract 39 now. Why to subtract 39? Okay, Rajat is telling subtract 30. Okay. Suppose if the number is 45, how much you have to subtract? If the number is 45, how much you need to subtract? 45 is E. How much you need to subtract? 30 for 0 to 9 and subtract 40. Or subtract 40. Subtract 37. Branda. Yes, you are right. So this is the program for ASCII to binary. Check whether the given ASCII code is less than or greater than or equal to 39H. Or is equal to, check whether it is 39. If it is equal, then you have to just subtract 30. 39 minus 30 becomes 9. Suppose if it is not equal, whether it is less, you have to check. If it is less means it is within 39. Then also you have to just subtract 30. Suppose if it is no carry means it is more than 39. If it is more than 39 means something like 41, 42 like that. Then you have to subtract an extra 7. Suppose you have to subtract an extra 7. So we should be very, very careful. Very careful. As you are using SUBB, you should never forget clearing carry. Should never forget clearing carry before every subtraction. That is a very, very important point to note. So this is ASCII to binary. ASCII to binary. So next program is program number 3. Sorry, program number 4 is ASCII to binary. Simple. Take the data in the accumulator. Compare with 39H. Next one. If it is equal, next 2. So what is next one? In next one, you need to check jump carry. Next 3. So if there is no carry means the given number is greater than 39. So then what do you do? SUBB A 7. So as you are using SUBB at the top, don't forget to clear carry. So what is next to? So this is also, if it is less, also next to 2 only. There is no next to 3. So this is also next to 2. So next to 2 is before subtraction, clear carry. SUBB A with 30H. That is, if number is less than or equal to 39, subtract 30. subtract 7 as well as subtract 30. I am writing it separately. That is what you are doing in your program. Extra 7 first you are subtracting. Because subtract 30 is common, no? Subtract 30 is common in both the cases, which you can merge. So subtract a comma 30. So that's move the result to 31H. Stop the program. And so every program, you see, I am explaining two times so that you will be very clear about that. So we have discussed 4 programs. One is binary to BCD, BCD to binary, binary to ASCII, ASCII to binary. So these are the code conversion programs. Very, very important. So 5th program is compute LCM of given number. So what is the algorithm? Very simple algorithm. LCM of 5 and 2. Compare number 1 and number 2. If num1 is less than num2, then perform num1 plus num2. Sorry, num1 plus num1, add it with itself and copy it to num1. Else perform num2 plus num2 and copy it to num2. Repeat step 1. Repeat step 1 until num1 is equal to num2. It's very simple. So compare 5 and 2. 5 is less than, sorry, 5 is greater than 2. So then what do you do? 2 plus 2. So you're going to get 4. Once again, 5 is greater than 4. So do 4 plus 2. You're going to get 6. Now 5 is less than 6. Then what do you do? You have to do 5 plus 5. So we're going to get A. So then 5A is greater than 6. Then what do you do? 6 plus 2. You are going to get 8. Once again, A is greater than 8. Then what do you do? 8 plus 2. You are going to get A. So now A is equal to A. So LCM of 5 and 2 is 0A. So here notations, very careful. Should be very careful here. So num1 I have used as the notation. Num1 plus num1 I am copying to num1 I wrote. So when you are using notation, you should be very, very careful. So you make it num11. So next time it you have to do num1 plus num1, you copy it to num11. So then you have to once again compare num2 with num11. So like that. So when you are using notation, you should be very careful. So this is how you have to perform LCM. So here there is the example to you. Get the two numbers in two registers, compare, add the smaller number to itself, store the result back in the same register. Repeat the loop until two registers become equal. The value of registers after the exit from the loop is LCM. So move R2, 30H, move R3, 31H. So 30H is containing 5, 31H is containing 2. Move A, R2, compare A with 0, 3. That is compare A with 31H, that is R3. If it is equal, when they become equal, just straight away accumulator is the LCM. If it is not equal, then check whether R2 is compared with R3, R2C, R3. JC, R2 is less than R3. Then what you will do? Move A, R2, add A with 30H. You are adding to the original number. Move A to R2, repeat the process. SJMP back. R2 to A, compare with R3. So this process, suppose if it is no carry, then what you will do? R3 to A, add A with 31. R3 is nothing but the second number. You are adding with itself. Add A with 31. Once again, A to R3. SJMP back. So this process repeats. So LCM is found by comparing two numbers and adding a number to itself. If the sum exceeds the second number, then it is added with itself. So that is the concept. You can just see here LCM of 5 and 2. I told you, no? R2 is equal to 2, R3 is equal to 5. Now R2 is less than R3. So 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4. Once again, 4 is compared with 5. It is less. So 4 plus 2, 6. So now R2 is equal to 6, R3 is equal to 5. Now R3 is less than R2. So what do you do? 5 plus 5. It becomes A. Fourth step. Now R2 is equal to 6, R3 is equal to A. Once again, R2 is less than R3. So then what do you do? 6 plus 2, 8. So R2 is equal to 8, R3 is equal to A. So now R2 is once again less than R3. So 8 plus 2, A. So R2 becomes A. So now R2 is equal to R3. So LCM is equal to 0, A. So this is the answer. So let me ask you, have you understood the algorithm? Program you will write next. So have you understood the algorithm? So have you understood LCM algorithm? Very important once again. Have you understood LCM algorithm? So now let us write the program. So memory locations 30 and 31 are containing the numbers, for example 5 and 2. So move R2, 30H, move R3, 31H. So this is number 1, this is number 2. So number 1 is in R2, number 2 is in R3. So So move A comma R2, CJNE A with 0, 3. Compare R2 with R3. If it is not equal, next. If it is equal, R2 is equal to R3, SJMP, LCM. LCM itself, we can use it as the keyword. When R2 becomes R3, that is the LCM. So this is next. Here you check jump carry. Jump carry means R2 is less than R3. R2L R3. That is the label I am using. If it is less than, accumulator is R2. You are comparing with R3. So that is a carry means R2 is less than R3. So if there is no carry means R3 is less than R2. So then what you do here? So move A comma R3, add A with 31. H. 31 is the second number. You are adding second number with second number. That you have to copy back to R3. Repeat the process. SJMP back. Back is nothing but the comparison. So this is comparison. This is back. So what is R2 less than R3? Here you are moving R2 to A. Add A with 30H. Move the result back to R2. SJMP back. There you are moving R3 to A, here you are moving R2 to A, and you are adding with 30 with the first number. So what is LCM? Move 32 comma accumulator. So this back should be to, it's very important. This back should be to move R2 to A. That is important. Every time it has to compare R2 with R3, no? So this back should be to here. R2 to A. So let 32 R2 or R3. Anything is LCM only. So R2 to A, 32. H. Here SJMP here. Terminate the program. So now, have you understood the program? Have you understood the LCM program? Have you understood the LCM program? So very important. So Nandita is telling yes. Don't know others. Have you understood the LCM program? So any doubts? If you want me to repeat the program, you just type repeat, sir, so that I will repeat the program. Otherwise, I will move on to the next program. So I want your feedback, otherwise I cannot continue. No answer from anybody. Do you want me to repeat the program? If you want me to repeat the program, type repeat. Otherwise, you have understood means you have right understood. I don't know whether others are listening or not. Not getting any answer. Only some 3 or 4 same people. I'm waiting. Nobody is telling anything. So I'll go to the next program. So next program is GCD. Write a program to find the GCD of two numbers. So it's here also same thing. Get the two numbers, compare them, subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. Replace the result with the bigger number. That's all. So repeat the above steps till the two contents becomes equal. So very simple it is. There you are adding, here you are subtracting. That is only the change here. You can just see here. See, if R2 is greater than R3, then R2 is equal to R2 minus R3. If R2 is less than R3, then R3 is equal to R3 minus R. When R2 becomes equal to R3, that is the GCD. So 3 and 7 you can just see. R2 is equal to 3, R3 is equal to 7. R2 is less than R3, so R3 is equal to R3 minus R2. So it becomes 4. So now R2 is equal to 3, R3 is equal to 4. So now R2 is less than R3. That is R3 is greater than R2. So R3 minus R2 we are doing. 4 minus 3 becomes 1. So now R2 is greater than R3. So it is 3 minus 1 which is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 which is equal to 1. So now R2 is equal to R3. So GCD is equal to 1. So that is how the program. So next program number 6. Write a program to compute GCD of two numbers. Suppose GCD of 9 and 3. So R2 is containing 9, R3 is containing 3. So compare R2 and R3. R2 is greater than R3. So we are doing 9 minus 3. We are going to get 6. Once again, R2 is greater than R3. Six minus 3. So this is R2 is copied with R2 minus R3. So answer is copied to R2. So here also same thing. 6 minus 3 is 3. So now R2 is equal to R3. So GCD is equal to 3. GCD of 9 and 3 is 3. So now let us write the program. Memory locations 30 and 31 is containing 9 and 3. So move R2, 30. Move R3, 31H. Move R2 to A. CJNE A with 03. Next 03 is nothing but R3. You are comparing R2 with R3. If it is equal, SJMP GCD. Okay. If it is not equal, that is next. What do you do? Check whether there is a carry. Jump carry. R2 is less than R3. If there is no carry, R2 is greater than R3. Then you have to do R2 minus R3. If it is greater, R2 is greater than R3, what do you do? There will not be any carry. There will not be any carry. Then what do you do? You have to do R2 minus R3. R2 minus R3. So move A to R2, SUBB, A minus R3. Move the result back to R2. SJMP back. Repeat. So repeat is this. Move R2 to A, do that. So R2 less than R3 is R3 minus R2. So move A, R3, SUBB. Actually it is very important, you see. See the program, very, very important. That's what. SUBB A, 33. Result back to A. So actually A is already moved, no? Accumulator is having R2. You need not write. So every time don't forget clearing carry. That's very important. Clearing carry you should not forget. That I will add later. So SUBB A, R2. Move R3 A to R3 back. So SJMP back. So what is GCD? GCD is when they are equal, no? So accumulator to 32H, A. So trace the program if you want. R2 to A. So accumulator is R2, which is equal to 9. Compare with the R3, it's not equal. R2 is less than R3? No, it's not less than R3. R2 is greater than R3. So what you are doing here? R2 to A once again. So 9. So 9 minus 3 it is doing 6. That 6 you are copying to R2. SJMP back. Once again there R2 to A you are doing. Compare whether 6 is equal to content of R3. Content of R3 is 3. It's not equal. Once again whether 6 is less than 3. No, it's not less. So once again 6 minus 3 it is. It becomes 3. So R2 becomes 3. So now once again it compares with the content of 3, that is equal to 3. So now it is equal. So accumulator is the GC. That's simple. So it works properly. So you should not forget adding clear carry. Before subtraction, every subtraction you should have clear carry. That is only the very important thing. So that I will put it in a different color. That you should not forget. So at the top you should write clear carry. So here before subtraction, here you should write clear carry. So for the below jump carry, whatever your subtraction you are doing, for that whatever you are written at the top will work. For no carry, so in the another subtraction loop you are having a clear carry. That's all. So everywhere you should not forget writing the clear carry as you are doing subtract with borrow. That is a very important. So totally we have discussed today 6 programs. So I'll ask you, have you understood the program? Have you understood the GCD? Algorithm and program. Have you understood GCD, algorithm and program? So very important, both for your theory as well as practical. These 6 programs, 4 code conversion program, another 2 computation oriented programs, GCD and LCM. So now all of you can answer your attendance. Till I say if you answer, it will not be considered. Many people have not answered, they have left the meeting. Only 42 members are with me today. Answer your attendance.